I thought I would come on here and just go ahead and go through my Pilates flow that I do on my reformer about 3 days a week. I know most of us don't have reformers at home, but this can all be done with resistance bands and plates or gliders for your feet. So I'm going to go through it. I'm going to show you what I do on my reformer so that any of you that have one can go ahead. This is just like every day. This is my go-to. This is what I do. Takes 30 to 45 minutes, just depending on how focused I am and how fast I'm doing it. But I'll take you through all the moves and the counts and things, and I just thought it might be something for you like to try, and I will talk about the variations you can do with resistance bands and stuff. So here we go. Just gonna get a little workout in, so join me. So this is my Aerial Pilates reformer. For me, it's really good, really easy. It folds up under my bed because I don't have a lot of room here. It is bungee loaded instead of spring loaded. So for me, to start out with footwork, I do a red, 2 reds, and a black. I use 5-pound weights for my arms. If you're using resistance bands, you're gonna put the loops, you're gonna hold on to the loops, and you're gonna put your feet in the resistance band to do your footwork. So here we go. All right, first things first, find that neutral spine so that your spine has that nice natural curve. There's a little mouse-sized hole in between your lower back and the reformer, and your corset is on. So you have your belly button pulled into your spine. All right, and we're gonna do heels on the foot bar or feet flexed in that resistance band, hip distance apart. Your hips are not as far apart as you think. All right, just hip distance apart. If you're on a reformer, you can grab your weights. If you are using your resistance band, obviously just hold on to those bands. You're gonna inhale into those ribs. Exhale, push that reformer away or straighten your legs in that resistance band. Keeping that belly button pulled in the whole time. Nice and easy, nice and slow. Warming up those feet. Just do 8 to 10 reps. And then you're gonna switch, come all the way back home, and you're gonna click your heels together, Pilates V, like Dorothy, heels together, toes apart. All right, and you're gonna continue. You're keeping those feet flexed. You really zip those thighs together. I'm doing a bicep curl if you guys are working out on a reformer. Now, footwork is so important because it's not about the strength in your legs. Although you are strengthening your legs, that's not what it's about. It's about warming up your feet and keeping the muscles in your feet working so that we keep our balance. We work from the ground up at Pilates. Good. Last one here. Bend those knees, come all the way home. Now, if you have that resistance band, this is gonna get a little tricky, but you can do it. You're gonna point your feet. If you're on the reformer, you're gonna put those toes on the foot bar, keeping those heels together, toes apart. If you're in the resistance band, just point your toes when you do it instead of flexing them. All right? We're gonna do a lateral raise here with the arms. Point those toes as hard as you can. Stay up on those tiptoes as high as you can. Keep that belly button pulled in. Breathe into those ribs. Pull that corset nice and tight. Feel those inner thighs. Feel those calves. Good, last one, come all the way home. We're gonna go up on our toes and do calf raises here. If you're doing a resistance band, I just want you to keep your feet pointed and push the legs in and out, making sure that you keep those abs pulled in. And remember that if you're doing this with a resistance band, if you need to go higher with your legs, up to a 45, you can do that. So if you're doing with this with a resistance band, you're holding on and you're just pointing those feet, you can really see. If you need to go up higher to keep that lower back down, that's fine. When you get stronger, you can go out this way. Good. Good, now we're gonna go into prancing and alternating hammer curls on the reformer. All right, if you're in that resistance band, just hold that band, hold your legs tight, bend one leg and then bend the other, pointing and flexing through your feet. If this isn't working for you, because that band keeps snapping back, it's okay. You can go ahead and move into the next one, which is going to be our legs are gonna be nice and wide. If you're on the reformer, your heels are on, you're externally rotated. If you just have that band, your legs are externally rotated and your feet are flexed. We'll do a chest fly if you're on the reformer. Good, keep that belly button pulled in. Engage the whole time. That's where all of your strength is coming from. It's from that belly button. Good. I'm going a little fast because I want to get my heart rate up. But you can always slow these down. Pilates should actually get harder the more you do it because you know more. You're in control of your body more every time you practice. So it's going to get harder every time you do it. Now we're going to go into our toes if you're on the foot bar, or you're going to point your feet if you're in that resistance band, and the same thing. Just bend and extend your legs. We're doing a chest press with those weights if you have those. I like to go with a 5-pound weight on the reformer. I don't normally do a 10, but you could. But don't be afraid of a heavier weight. You don't need to do a 2 or a 3. We don't burn our arms out as much as we would like in bar class, so you can go a little heavier. And last one. Good. Bend that, come all the way in. So now we're gonna go onto a bridge. So you can take that resistance band, put it aside. If you're on the reformer, make sure your headrest is all the way down. Super important. Put those arches on the foot bar. If you're on the ground, just put your feet flat on the ground, knees bent, okay? We're gonna articulate through the spine, starting at the tailbone. Inhale. Exhale, spill that beverage towards your face, spill your glass of wine, and roll up the spine. Inhale at the top. Exhale, roll back down, starting at the top of that spine, that bra strap coming all the way down. The last thing that touches your tailbone. Inhale, exhale, roll up. Inhale at the top, keep that belly button pulled in. Exhale, come back down. I really want you to try to articulate through that. Really feel every vertebrae, okay? Exhale on the way up. Inhale at the top. Exhale as you come back down. Good. One more. Good. Now I just want you to hinge. So we're going to really engage those glutes, squeeze those glutes, and we come up. We pulse. Tap down and back up. Good. Really working into those glutes. Now hold at the top. I want you to hold it. Now I want you to take your right hip up and then your left hip up. Just dancing a little bit, engaging one glute at a time. Good. Keep that belly button pulled in. Don't let it go. Keep breathing. Small movements. 3, 2, 1. Hold it up. Now I want you to pulse up for 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come on down. Woo, pull those knees into the chest. Give yourself a little hug. You did it, yay. All right, so we're gonna move on into some ab moves. This is gonna be the same whether you're on the reformer or you're on the ground, all right? I usually like to start with the 100. But today, I want to do something a little bit different. I want to stretch out my legs because I did some leg work this morning. So we're going to do single leg stretch, I'm sorry. We're going to do scissors. So you're going to take the right leg, take it straight up to 90 degrees, and the left leg goes out to 45. Grab behind your calf, your thigh, or your ankle, if you can reach it. I can't. Not behind your knee, that's dangerous, okay? And you're going to pull that leg back to you twice, and then switch. You can stay right here, or if you want those added ab engagement, especially for those upper abs, you can raise up. Good. Inhale and exhale to the other side. Keep that belly button pulled in. Almost there. And come on down. Good. Now we're going to do a little walking. So I want you to bring your legs to tabletop, shins parallel to the ground, okay? And we're gonna take that right leg straight out and back in. And then left leg out to 45. And back in, you're really gonna feel it in these lower abs right here. Added ab engagement. Lift that head, neck, and shoulders up. Notice that we're not putting our hands behind our head because that's gonna make us curl like this, and we don't wanna do that. We don't wanna strain our neck. Keep those arms down by your side. Use your abs to pull yourself up. It's all about precision, Bringing that leg back to a beautiful tabletop before you take the other one out. Good. Use those lower abs to pull that leg back in. And come on down. Beautiful work. So, this is like a half corkscrew. I love this. If you're on the reformer, you're gonna stay here and hold on to your reformer. If you are on your mat, come up onto your elbows like this. Okay, well you could do it on the reformer too, couldn't you? You're gonna take your legs up to 90 degrees, bring them down, around and back up. These legs are glued together, using those lower abs to bring them around. Okay, I'm gonna go back down on my reformer so I can show you how it looks down here. You wanna go down slowly and quick. Come back up, down slow and quick. Using those lower abs, keeping everything else as stable as possible, using your arms to keep that upper body still. Good. Point those toes. Only take it down as low as you can go. One more. Woo. Yes. Beautiful work. All right, so we're gonna move into arms and straps. You can do this with your resistance band. If you go back and look at, I'll actually post this. You can anchor it to a door, and I will post that so you can see how to do it with like a sock. You tie a knot in a sock and you slip your resistance band through and then anchor it on the door, and I'll show you how to do that. I have a video that I sent to my mom. So for this on your reformer, one red and one black. For a bungee reformer, on a balanced body or a spring reformer, I use a red and a blue. Okay, so here we go. And take those small loops in our hands. Woo. Legs come to tabletop, arms are overhead, putting some tension in those springs. We inhale, exhale, bring them down by our side. We only need to do 8. Keep that belly button pulled in. Added challenge here, you can take those legs out and then back in. It's your workout, so you can make it as hard as you want, or whatever your body needs today. You can also bring your head, neck, and shoulders up. Yes. Now on this one, keep those arms down by your side. Keep the triceps right off of that mat, okay? And then bend and stretch. Bend and stretch. You can do all of this with a resistance band tied onto your door. It's pretty awesome. Hold those arms nice and long and strong down by your side. Flip your palms to face your hips, take them out and pull them in. Really think about right under here, this lat, to really pull it down. It's just trying to get rid of and tone up that area right underneath your armpits, you know? You know what I'm talking about. Good. Squeeze. One more here. Turn those palms to face the ground, and we're gonna make big circles. Just loosening that shoulder and that rotator cuff. My left rotator cuff has really been bothering me lately, so this is really good. And last one. If those legs need a rest, you can always cross your ankles. Put your one foot on that bar. But this is working those abs the whole time. Good. And we're done. Nice work. All right, I'm breathing. That's good. I'm breathing hard. All right, so now we're gonna go into some more arm work. We're gonna face the open end here of the reformer. Take those legs through your armrest. Cross them. You're going to do a C curve in your spine. Sit back in a C curve, okay? If you're doing the arms with the resistance band with the door, same thing. Just face away from the door. Take those small lips in your arms. Pull that belly button in. C curve that spine. Lean back. Arms at shoulder height. And we're going to do bicep curls. I just started with a red and black, and my arms are hurting already. So let's take that black off. We're just going to do one red here. Good. What you would do to get more resistance on those resistance bands is just like using a springboard in a Pilates class. Feel that shake in your belly. You're going to move further away if you need more resistance. Move a little closer if you need less. And last one here. Beautiful. Come on down. You're going to cross your legs the other way because it's important to even ourselves out. We're going to do a split fly. for our delts, okay? I always take the larger loops on this because again, my shoulder has been hurting. So you lean back into that C curve. Take the left arm up to 90 and the right arm out to the side. Look towards that right arm. Switch the other way. Good. Same thing with the resistance bands on the door. Just facing away. Working through those delts. If this is too much for you and you can't do single, you can do a double and a big Y, just like this. It's the same sort of workout. We're just getting a little unilateral movement, which is good for a more advanced Pilates practice. Good. I'm sweating. Are you sweating? Good. Go ahead and lean yourself over. Give yourself a little stretch. Nice. So now we're going to come up onto our knees. And we're still facing away if we're on the reformer. If you are at the made-up springboard or the resistance band with the wall, you're actually going to face the wall. We're just going to do a chest expansion to really open up this part of our body, because we're all sitting at Zoom, right? In Zoom meetings all day like this, so we really want to open that up. Feels really nice. So stand up really tall on your knees. If you're unbalanced here, you can come down and sit on your heels. You're going to inhale, exhale, bring those palms just past your glutes, and then back up again. You can look to one side, inhale to center, and then look to the other to get a little neck rotation in. I'm not going to do that, only because I need to talk to you. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. The chest is proud, beautiful, looking up to the sky. Good. My arms are shaking. And last one. Come on and sit down. Excellent. Now I'm going to turn and face the footboard on my reformer. If you're using the resistance bands or your makeshift springboard, you're going to face the door. All right? So you're facing the anchor board of wherever that resistance band is coming out of. I'm going to sit cross-legged for this. You can come up onto your knees. Take those small loops in your hand. I'm going to do presentation. So for my musical theater fans, this is when you come out at the end and bow. Hello, I'm here. So you take those elbows in by your side. And then when you exhale, you bring them out to a 45, just past your shoulders, and then back in. Squeezing those shoulder blades when you bring them back in. Keeping that chest nice and proud, right? Shoulders away from your ears. You can always go into the large loops if you need to. Good, now we're gonna face our palms towards each other and our arms are right at shoulder height. Nice bend in those elbows. You're gonna inhale, exhale, hug a big tree in front of you. And then inhale, pull those shoulder blades together behind. Exhale. Keep that belly button pulled in. You're sitting up nice and tall when you're doing this, working all those postural muscles. Good. You hear my springs squeaking. It's good. It means I use a lot. Last one. Beautiful. Good. So now, go ahead and do a little bit more arms, get some rotation into our spine. You're gonna go ahead and stand if you're by your door. So you may need to take that anchor point and move it up, and you wanna move it up to just about shoulder height, okay? For us on the reformer, we're gonna stay on our knees, or again, you can come down and sit on your ankles. All right? And we are going to take the small loop in the hand further away from it. Same thing on the door. Keeping this elbow stuck to your side, you're going to simply rotate out and back in. Now this is hard for me today because my shoulder's been hurting me, so I'm going to take the bigger loop. You're just going to bring it out and back in, just working that rotator cuff. We only need to do 8 of these. You can do it. We'll go to the other side in a minute. Excuse me. Watching the time, I'm going to make sure I can put this up. Good. Now, you're going to take that. I'm going to keep the big loop actually today. No, I'm going to take the small loop. Small loop in my hand. But you're going to put it in the hand closest to the loop, so switch hands. And you're going to make a big circle out in front of you, like a big first position, or you're holding a beach ball or hugging that tree. You're going to inhale, grow taller. Exhale, rotate from your waistline towards the footboard. If you're at that springboard, if you're at that resistance band, you're just moving away from the door. It's a small movement. You're not moving your arms to get there, okay? You're moving your waist and your thoracic spine. Good, small little movement. Make sure you exhale as you rotate. You want to get all these toxins out of your body. You want to detox. Good, one more. Good, now we got to do the other side. So same thing. Take this in the hand, the large loop in the hand further away, closer to the footboard or further away from the door. Elbow really into that side and just bring it out and back in. Just little movements. I'm going to show you on this side what it looks like so you can see it a little better. So I'm not really going to move. It's really just going like this, right? Good, just a rotation through that rotator cuff. Makes it strong. And when they're bothering you, like they're bothering me, it'll make it feel really good. Good. Small loop in the hand closest to the loop there. Big circle out in front of you, nice and tall. Inhale, exhale. Keep breathing. I have my Confident Pilates music playing. It's on Spotify, you can follow me if you want. I don't own the rights to any of these songs. I just like to listen to them. I was watching Bates Motel, but I thought maybe not everybody would like that. So, all right, we're gonna move into some standing on the reformer. So let me move my camera here so you can see me a little better. There we go. That should do it. So now it's time for those of you that don't have a reformer to get a glider or a paper plate or a dish towel or a washcloth, anything that will help you move a little smoother on a smooth surface. This will be harder on carpet, but a paper plate will still work on a carpet. But having a hardwood floor or linoleum or tile or anything is going to be very beneficial for you to help you slide back and forth. If you don't have that, you don't have a plate, you don't have anything to slide on, all you need to do is just bring that foot that's moving up off the ground just a little bit and move it out to the side and back in. Imagine that you're moving it on a glider, right? Maybe just the toe is dragging the ground. You're still gonna get the benefits because it's nice and smooth and controlled. So here we go. I like to use my weights with this. It just adds a little extra something. So we're gonna do side splits first. You're gonna put one foot on the platform here under the foot bar, one foot about midway on that reformer, or if you have the gliders, one foot on the glider only, all right? And these are just side splits. You're gonna take an inhale, these are for the inner thigh. Exhale, go all the way out. Inhale, pull that reformer back in or drag that leg back in with the glider. Staying nice and tall, keeping that belly button pulled in, arms are going out to the side. You can do this without weights, taking those arms out to the side, or you can keep them on your hips, whatever's better for you. Now, if you're on a reformer, I have one red spring right now or one red bungee. This is going to be for the inner thighs because I'm really using them on the way back into pull. If you want to work your outer thighs, put a higher spring on it. That's going to do that for you, okay? So now we're going to move into speed skater, which is one of my favorite. We're going to bend both legs, but only this outside leg moves. I'm going to do a tricep kick back, okay? Inhale, exhale, straighten that leg and those arms and bring it back in. Now we're gonna work those outer thighs. Good, you're my elbow popping. Keep that belly button pulled in, nice neutral spine. Your neck is looking down towards the ground. We're not hyperextending it up, that's bad for us, right? We wanna look straight down. Keep that neck in line. Squeeze those triceps. One more. And come on back up. Let's do the other side. I'm not gonna use weights this time. I did it on one side, I'm not gonna do it on the other. All right, here we go. Either keep your hands on your waist here, take it out to the side, pull it back in, keep them out to the side the whole time, or you can go out and back. You're still gonna get a nice workout here. If you put resistance in your arms, like if I would come up to you and try to push this arm down, I couldn't do it. You're still getting a workout even if you don't have weights in your hands. You don't have weights at home? Bottles of wine work, bottles of water work. Last one here. Squeeze those inner thighs. Now bend both of those legs. If we're not using weights, you can just put your arms behind you. Or I challenge you to do no weight triceps. It hurts so bad. So you're gonna straighten that leg out and come back in, all right? I just want you to extend your triceps like you have weights in them. Try to keep them up an inch higher than you normally would. Really keep those elbows up high. You're gonna feel it. And last one. Now I want you to take those arms, we're gonna get a little burnout here, straight out, okay? Now I want you to try to clap your hands. Let me move so you can see me, okay? I want you to try to clap your hands together. It hurts. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I want you to take them in little circles. One way, and the other way. And you're done. You can do that anytime. So awesome, I love it. All right, so now we're gonna move into scooter, which again, you're gonna use the plate floor or a glider, or if you don't have any way to slide, just simply move your leg back and forward, back and forward, engaging that glute, Ready? So, I like to do bicep curls with these. I'll do it on this side first. You can see the foot is about midway on the carriage if you have a reformer. The foot closest to the carriage is back on this shoulder rest, okay? You're gonna put a bend in that front foot to really get a static hold, and you're gonna push the reformer back. So it's like doing a reverse lunge, right? And you're gonna do a bicep curl. Keep that belly button pulled in, you're still nice and tall. I felt myself slouching. Feel that glute. And last one. Come on back up. My favorite move that I'm sure a million people have done forever, but in training I was like, it's like a curtsy lunge on a reformer. My master trainer had never seen it. And now I hope she uses it all the time, but I use it every day when I do my flows. So the foot that was just on the reformer, you're gonna replace that foot where the other foot was. And you're gonna cross this foot behind you. So you're in a little curtsy lunge position. You bend the leg that's on the floor and you push back that reformer, and it's like a curtsy lunge, but it's on the reformer. So if you're doing the gliders, you're just doing a curtsy lunge. And I like to do a hammer curl with this. Hitting that booty on all sides. Last one. Good. I know these angles aren't great, I apologize, but I'm working with what I got, right? I need a studio. All right, so now we're gonna do the other side. Since I just worked the right glute, I'm gonna switch and work the left glute, so I'm gonna work backwards. I'm gonna do the curtsy lunge first, and then go into the scooter, just to even myself out. So maybe you can see it a little better on this side. See, I'm just crisscrossing it behind me. You're just doing a curtsy lunge on the other side. Do a little rotation here, again for that rotator cuff and those front delts. Woo! One more? Good, let's switch and do that scooter. This time we're gonna do a row with our arms, okay? So bend that front leg, hinge forward just a little bit. Normally we stand up nice and tall. We're gonna hinge forward. So when we push back, we can bring those weights to our waistline. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. And last one. Good. You can put those weights down. Maybe take a little water break. I know I'm a barbarian. All right. Oops, that went down the wrong hole. We're at 30 minutes. It's about 15 more. It'll be a nice full routine for you. You can take anything out you need to. We're gonna do side lying leg series, which is my favorite. For your legs, for your glutes. Okay? Then we're gonna do a little rollover and then legs and straps. So For this, if you don't have a reformer, you're just gonna do it on the mat without the straps. That's it, same movement, just no straps, okay? We have one red on, that's what we're gonna go with. I'm gonna move this down so you can see my legs. I like to take my headrest up and I like to grab a fit ball. This is my little workout corner. Put it right there so that we have a nice place to rest our head. Come down, make sure your hips are nice and stacked so it's like you have a wall right behind you here. Everything is nice and straight, okay? And we're gonna work our inner thighs before we do anything. So your top leg is going to come forward. You're gonna put it right in front of your hip. Good, hold on to that. And your left leg's gonna go out nice and long, okay? And you're just gonna flex that foot and you're gonna lift your left leg up and down. Exhale, up and down, just a little bit. Inner thighs, baby, you're gonna feel it. Get that belly button pulled in. You're still even working your obliques right here. Last one here, point the toe and do the same movement. Again, just 8 to 10 reps for each one. We have 3 more. You feel it? I feel it. Just those little movements. Good, now I want you to draw a circle about the size of a dinner plate. Mine's a little smaller. Mine's more like the size of a salad plate. Last one. You gotta go the other way. Oh man. Three, 2, and 1. Oh, good, now that leg's ready to go. So now we're gonna take the long strap, the strap in front of you. Put that long loop on your foot. If you're on the ground, stay right there, okay? You're gonna bend the lower leg, hold on, can you see me? Hold on to this shoulder rest. You can put your hand here for balance as a kickstand, or you can put it on your hip if you're a little more advanced, all right? We're gonna bend our leg at hip height. So if you're on the ground, I don't have the strap, your leg is bent at hip height, and then you're gonna straighten that leg. Bend that leg, straighten. Really flexing through that foot so you can feel it right here, that little smile line on your glute. This is really one of the, a move that really shows how functional Pilates is, because this is what we do to walk, right? We bend and straighten our legs. So that's what's keeping all those muscles nice and strong, keeping that balance as you get older. Good. But it's also gonna shape up that little smile line. Good. And last one, keep that leg nice and long. Now, we're going to take the foot to the front of us, brush it to the front, flex that foot, point the toe, bring it right behind you. Flex the foot, bring it to the front, point it, bring it behind you. Keeping it at hip height the whole time. So those of you that are on the floor, you're still doing this, you just don't have the resistance. Trust me, I think it's harder without the reformer. Flex to come forward, point to go back. Now keep stability here, okay? I don't want you rolling, I don't want you to come this way and then go like that, right? We want to stay nice and stacked. Good. Feel it in those glutes. Yes. Let's do one more here. Beautiful. So now we're going to keep that foot nice and straight, and we're going to draw a dinner plate. Okay? Nice and slow. Getting every angle of those legs, every angle of those glutes. I'm feeling it in my other glute too, because I'm keeping myself steady. Good. Reverse. Yes. I always feel so good when I'm done, and I find that I can stretch so much further. And when I haven't done it for a couple days, that's when I can feel that my spine just needs to get on this reformer. Good. Now, my other leg needs to stretch. I want you to externally rotate this top leg from the hip so that the top of the foot is pointing towards the ceiling, okay? We're gonna take our leg up, point it, flex it, bring it down. Now we're gonna get into the inner thigh here. This is like when I was in dance class, we used to do these all the time. I'm not very flexible from my hip, so some people might be able to go all the way up here, and I just can't. I've gotten a lot more flexible since I've been doing this, but it's just not in my body. So you're stretching on the way up and you're pulling on the way down. You guys feel that? Oh yeah. Last one here. Beautiful. Now I want you to switch out here. You're gonna take this long loop and put it just above your knee. Not on your knee, just above it, okay? You're gonna bend both legs. Oh yeah, clam, you know I love it. Take those heels up off of the ground so your heels are in the air, your knees are together. You're gonna keep your feet together, open and close those knees. Getting this outside part of your hips. Oh yeah, it burns. 3, 2, last one. All right, we got another side, it's not my fault. But now you can watch. We're gonna make sure I have really good form on the other side and then my hips are staying static. You guys can keep me honest. So we're gonna do everything on the other side, then we're gonna go into a little rollover and then feet and straps and we're done. You guys are doing great. Thank you for joining me. Here we go. Remember, if you're just on the mat, that's fine. You are still working, I promise. Here we go, other side. Let's do that inner thigh first, okay? So get yourself nice and stacked first. You're nice and straight along the edge. Pull that left leg over top, right leg is straight, and we pulse up for 10, 9, 8, point that toe, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now flex the foot, same thing. Keep that belly button pulled in. Make sure you're looking ahead. I'm moving all over the place because I'm trying to talk to you. But ideally, you want to be looking straight ahead. Point that toe, let's draw those salad plates. Keep that belly button pulled in. Woo! The more you can bring that leg off of the mat or the floor, the more inner thigh work you're gonna get. Reverse those circles. And last one. Oh yeah. All right, inner thighs are done. Let's take this long loop here, put it on this top foot, bend the bottom foot, hold on to that shoulder rest. Remove my hair so it stays out of the way, and we're gonna bend and straighten. Make sure that you stop that knee at your hip height. So when you bend it, it's parallel, it's a 90-degree angle to the foot bar, right? And then push through that heel, which pushes through that glute. Here we go. We're gonna keep that straight. We're gonna flex it to the front. We're gonna point and bring it to the back. Flex. I'm a little close to my dresser today. So here I'm gonna show you if I was rocking in my hip, what it would look like, right? That's not what we want. We want to stay nice and even. And if you can only go this far, that's fine. I want you to try to get to here so you're really getting into that glute. All right, let's keep that leg nice and long and let's draw those circles. Little Hanson on my, and we're gonna reverse. Almost there. Last one. Let's rotate, externally rotate that leg. Top of the foot is pointing up and we stretch on the way up and flex on the way down. So you might, one side might be tighter than the other. Keep those hips stacked. So I could go all the way back here, but then my tailbone's coming off and it doesn't look pretty. So you only go as far as your body can control this movement. And one more after this. Stretch and pull. Now we have our clam and then we're done. Make sure you put this above your knee. Bend both of those knees. Take those heels up off the mat, keep them glued together, open and close. Don't roll back. Stay nice and stacked. I know this burns. 5, 4, you can do it. 3, 2, almost 1, last one, and you're done. Beautiful work. Take that off of your foot. Take the ball away, and make sure your headrest goes all the way down. If you're on your reformer, super important that that headrest goes all the way down. If you're on the floor, you're gonna do this without the use of straps, or you can do it with those resistance bands that are on the door. I recommend doing it, however, without the straps at first if you've never done this before. So we're gonna do a rollover. You can use your hands to assist you. So let me show you what it looks like in the reformer. I love these. Really important though that you don't go past your shoulder blades, okay? So, whew, start here with your legs, 90 degrees, okay? You take an inhale, you exhale, you bring your legs up and overhead, pushing your arms down, okay? Don't look to the side like I'm doing. And don't come above those shoulder blades, all right? Then, you're gonna put those heels together, bring those knees down and do a frog. And then you're gonna exhale as you come back down that spine, and then push your legs out. So we're in external rotation. We're gonna keep it here. We take those legs up and over. On the exhale, inhale up here as you bring those legs down. Exhale as you roll back down your spine. Inhale to push out. Exhale to come up. Inhale. Exhale, roll down. Inhale to push. This feels so good on your spine. So if you're on the floor and you don't have these loops to help you, you can put your hands under like this, bring those legs down, or you can just go like this and then slowly take your legs down. That's gonna involve your core as well. So whatever you wanna do is up to you, but you can try this, and then you just help, your arms help you all the way down. Good. Now we reverse it. We bring those legs in first, inhale. Exhale, come up. Inhale to straighten the legs. Exhale, roll down. Inhale as you straighten. Inhale to pull in. Exhale to go up. Inhale, exhale. Roll all the way down. Feels so good. Yes. Your spine will feel so good after this. You're gonna feel like a cat. Good, you get strong here. You don't need to use your arms. Use your arms, guys. One more. Oh, feels nice. Beautiful. Now we're into feet and straps. So that was one red that I used. That's been one red like almost the whole time. You can stay with one red for feet and straps. If you just want to stretch your legs, if you want to strengthen them a little bit, add one more. So I'll do a red and a black on this. If you're on a spring reformer, I use a red and a blue. For your resistance bands, you're going to want to bring them down in that door a little bit. And you're going to, so that when you lay down and you put your feet in those loops, just like you would here, your feet are at a nice 90-degree angle with just a little bit of tension, but you're going to be able to move them around. It's really awesome. Resistance bands are so great to use at home. I'll do this whole routine with resistance bands and gliders again sometime this week or next, so that you have that as well. If it's a little bit hard to understand, I apologize. I'm gonna put this back up for me. Here we go. Laying down, find that neutral spine, grab those straps. If you're doing this on the door with resistance bands, make sure you're facing away from the door. So if the door is here, your feet are out here, okay? Otherwise you're gonna put your feet right into that door. Good. And we just have a little bit of resistance. Our feet are starting at 90 degrees. Same thing with those resistance bands. There can be a little bit of slack in them just because they don't move quite as far as these do. All right. Arms nice and long by our side. All right, we're gonna inhale. Exhale, flex our feet, bring them down to 45. Inhale, point the toes, come back up. Exhale, and inhale. Only taking those legs down as far as you can control them. If that lower back starts to pop up, you've gone too far, okay? And it's like you have paintbrushes on your feet. You're painting down as you flex and point as you come back up. Yeah, we're living our ballerina dreams. Good. those heels together like Dorothy. We're in Pilates V or first position, and we're going to continue the same movement. Really zipping those thighs together. Yes. Keep those ankles joined the whole time. Really good ankle articulation for you. This is why everybody comes to Pilates class. Now you can do it at home too. Good. Now we're going to keep our legs at 45. Our heels are still together. We're going to go into frog. We're going to inhale and exhale, point those toes. When you inhale, you bring those knees just to where your hips are. You put your hands up here like stoppers. Point your toes, push out, really drive through those inner thighs. Yes, we're almost there. Beautiful. Stopping these knees here instead of letting them go all the way back is actually harder. So this is what builds that strength. Now we're going to do swimming frog or swag, as I accidentally call it sometimes. Bring those legs in, take them out to the side, and then pull them together. I like to point on the way in, out, and then flex as you meet those legs together. At 45, bring those heels together, really working those inner thighs and stretching those abductors. This is one of my favorite moves. Just like Kermit swimming in the swamps of Louisiana. Okay. Beautiful. And now we're going to bring those legs to 90. We're back in parallel, and we're going to do our leg circles. We're going to take them out and around together at 45, back up through 90. Only taking them out as far as you can control those straps. If you can only go this far, that's all right. You're going to gain that flexibility. I can only go this far today because of my dresser. So, all right. Keeping that tailbone down. You don't want to come up so far that your tailbone comes off of the mat, okay? Keep that down on that carriage. Good. You can always put a pillow under you if you need to, if you're on that floor. Now we're going to stay here at 90. We're going to take them down through the center to 45, out and around, meet back at 90. Good. You can also flex and point your toes here if you want. You're going to inhale one way, exhale the other. Because breathing is like the most important thing in Pilates. Control, precision, breathing. Joseph Pilates says the first thing that we do in life is breathe. And the last thing we do in life is breathe, which is a little morbid, but also kind of beautiful. So breathing is super important. It gets rid of toxins in our body, makes our blood flow. It just feels really good. Beautiful. Take those legs to 90 degrees. Hold on to these straps, flex your feet, and pull those straps to give yourself a nice hamstring stretch. Keeping that tailbone on the carriage. Good. Oh my gosh, that's club 7. Yeah. You can't hear it. You can follow me, Jennifer Bonner 7 is my Spotify if you want to listen to any of my mixes. I have some pretty eclectic ones on there. I'm very eclectic. So now we're going to stretch those abductors, taking out to a nice wide V. This is enough for me. I am very tight here. However, if you need more, you can put your hands here on these straps. You can also rock back and forth a little in a happy baby. Just don't roll off your carriage. Good. Breathe into that stretch. Good. Bring those legs together. Bend them and carefully take those loops off of your feet. Come on up. Go with one red spring or bungee if you're on here. If you're on the floor, it's the same movement. We're going to do mermaid, all right? So you can sit either in a Z sit like this. You can sit with your legs crossed. If you have a higher platform where your knees bother you, you can always put your legs out in front. I always like to do a Z sit, okay? One arm on the foot bar. If you're on the ground, the arm is on the ground, okay? It's just a rotation in our spine and a side bend. So we're going to inhale here. Exhale, and we side bend. Good. You're going to do that again. If you're on the ground, you're just doing this. Same thing, you're just not pushing away, you're bending your elbow, okay? Last one. Hold. If this is in your body and you want, you can turn, put both hands on that foot bar or both hands on the floor. and stretch to the side. Inhale, exhale to come all the way back up. Gotta do the other side. Let's do it. Switch, make sure the shin is up against the footrest here. I always get it backwards, by the way, so it's okay if you do. Inhale to grow taller, exhale. Inhale to come back up, exhale. And last one. Go ahead and twist if you did on the other side. It's a really good stretch for my lats. It feels nice. Exhale, come all the way back up. Beautiful. Now we're going to come up to our final roll down together. Let me move this so you can see me. Hi. All right, here we go. We're going to take a nice big inhale in and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Now take the biggest inhale, you take it all day. Exhale, pull that belly button into your spine, dive forward over a big beach ball, and just come to the floor and hang. Let your neck hang, let everything hang. Perhaps you feel a little bit more stretchy than you did earlier. Breathe here. And remember, never let anyone dull your sparkle. Take a nice big inhale in, and as you exhale, pull your belly button into your spine. As you begin to roll up, one vertebrae at a time. The very last thing to come up is your head. Take those shoulders down and back away from your ears one more time, and you're done. Thank you for joining me. I love you all. I hope you are staying well and healthy. If you need anything, just ask. And I'll do this whole routine with the resistance band and the gliders sometime very soon for you, okay? I hope that you enjoyed this, and I hope you will join me in this Pilates practice. Thanks, guys.